Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Wednesday, and I've had my morning coffee. I put the garbage out, and now I thought it would be fun to do a video for the video game review section of the YouTube channel, since these are fun to do and I got a little bit of free time on my hands. So I thought today we would do a video about the Atari VCS, which is something that lots of video game, retro game enthusiast, YouTube web bloggers like to talk about, so I'll throw my hat in the ring as far as that goes. So, let's get down to it. Recently, Atari has been in a bit of a tit-for-tat with their online critics, where the online critics are, shaking their fists at Atari, saying that they're a scam, and Atari has responded in kind by calling these critics fake news and professional trolls. I have conflicting feelings about this, but you know what I don't have conflicting feelings about is how great Shinesman is and how great the Shinesman merchandise is. The Shinesman Aqua set, including the bath helmet, business card, bath soap, and the bath towel. You need to head down immediately to your Tachibana store, which exists in the Shinesman anime universe, and get this merchandise right now because it is fantastic. Shinesman is the best OVA ever, and International Channel was the best channel ever. Thankfully, it lives on in my VHS tapes, as does Miss Cleo, who we've called in to determine the fate of the Atari VCS, right after she determines who the father of this lady's baby is. But I guess he's very unpleasant and has a funny little chin. So we'll see about that, because the cards don't lie.
Very unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he's also the one that had another girlfriend while he was sleeping with you.
Mm-mm.
Yep, that's him. That's the daddy.
Okay.
But you knew that.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know how. The baby looks just like him.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so you were in denial. Because
Right.
he has a funny little chin.
It's true. Okay, but some people also may be in denial about the Atari VCS, so we're not sure. So here's the deal, okay? I recently read an article on VentureBeat, which is, basically something that, Pat the NES Punk and Ian read on their podcast. It's just, various kinds of gaming news and whatnot. And, they were interviewing the current president of Atari. This article is from 2016. You can actually find the reference on the Wikipedia page for Atari. The reference to the article is right there. And the president of Atari is saying in 2016 that Atari consists of 10 people. Okay, so whatever Atari is now, I don't know if they have the resources to actually do anything. And essentially, it seems like the people who are involved in Atari are more involved in public relations and advertising than they are in actual hardware manufacturing and technological development. And after reading these things, it makes a lot of sense why Atari, essentially, after 2 years of saying that they're coming out with this gaming console and getting really massive support from the less vocal members of the gaming community, the people without YouTube channels, because if you go on YouTube, pretty much every retro gamer with a channel is screaming about how much they hate the Atari VCS and how it's going to be a scam, it's going to be the new Coleco Chameleon. And with good reason, because there are powerful parallels between the Atari VCS and the Coleco Chameleon, all right? There's a retro gaming name attached to a new gaming console that has dubious factors involved in it, and mainly revolving around the fact that there is nothing to show for all of this talk about this console. Now, the difference between the Atari VCS and the Coleco Chameleon is that the Atari VCS has had a massively successful crowdfunding campaign and now has $3 million to be able to actually produce a console. And I hope they can do that. But I wanted to get a little bit on the point of these YouTubers acting very defensive. I don't think Atari is right to call these people fake news. I mean, Atari has lashed out on their Facebook page saying people like RGT85 are fake news and the register is filled with professional trolls. I don't think RGT85 is fake news, but you could rationalize him or people like him or the register being professional trolls. Although the register, even though they took some shots at Atari, were smart enough to actually record the interviews that they conducted with Atari's representatives to actually prove that everything that they were saying was accurate and on tape. But as far as some YouTubers being professional trolls, that's, I think, fair criticism, because I think a lot of YouTubers build up their reputations on being snarky, and now all of a sudden they're getting called out on it and they're getting defensive. So my response to that is, if you can dish it, you can take it, so stop complaining. But and Atari has the right to say what, I mean, if you have the right to call Atari a piece of crap and, you know, act like, you know, it's something that you're knocking down, then they have the right to punch back. But where Atari is wrong is that rather than getting into kind of a tit-for-tat name-calling contest with their critics, they need to actually come up with something substantive to prove them wrong. And quite frankly, I don't know if they can or have the resources to do that if Atari is still only made up of a handful of people. So, you know, that's that, guys. I do think that there is a strong need for Atari to be thoroughly criticized. I think that the criticism that Atari is getting is fair, but I also think that Atari, if they want to criticize their critics, they have the right to do that, and they should not be, you know, my thing is, like, when you have people like Smash JT acting like, oh, how dare you insult us, you know, what do you expect? I mean, a lot of video game critics, you know, they buy into this whole, you know, like, throughout, like, academic jargon terms. You see, like, my, like, student side come out. They buy into, like, commodity fetishism, right? And we all do, I guess, if we're retro gamers, because we have all this nostalgia. You know, they basically act like these companies and these products are, you know, people that they can, you know, get into fights with. And, you know, that's what they do. And it's, I mean, it is what it is. But don't get defensive if someone, you know, throws a punch back at you. Because as Jesus said, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go back to watching Shinesman on my TV here. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to share some thoughts on some news that has been on my mind lately. So until next time, guys, my name is Noel. You all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all sooner than later. And I'm just going to be like the Michael Jackson Thriller meme and just keep eating my popcorn while the Atari VCS drama keeps playing out. And, yeah. And quite, I just want to, before I sign off here, I do want to encourage video game critics to keep up the pressure on Atari, but be fair to Atari. All right, there's no need for name calling, but if they're producing vaporware and scamming people out of their money, which, you know, appears like that's what they're doing, then, you know, have at them. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.